Hello all heroes and welcome back to Invincible Guarding the Globe, and today we've got a midweek event to cover in the form of the A Worthy Opponent event. This is basically a boss fight mode, where each wave you must fight a single battle beast, and there is some restriction that will be imposed upon your team. Now, the rewards of this particular GDA op are pretty dang good. You can get a lot of food and even a few elite characters if you get lucky. And you can get some dossiers and even a gold dossier if you get lucky, which the gold dossiers are very rare. So as you might imagine, that can make this very appealing. However, there is always a restriction. And in this particular one, the restriction is that you can only use one character. So for example, here, as you can see, I've got my Universa on deck here, but I cannot use any other heroes. And the thing with this event is that once you start hitting around wave 13, which kind of get to double digits, Battle Beast will start one-shotting you. Badly. Very, very badly. It's going to hurt, and it's going to hurt a lot. Making it to wave 20 can be extremely difficult, and even more so considering that you can only use one character. But, there are a few ways that you can mitigate this particular threat. Now, of course, you're going to want to choose the right characters. Now, keep in mind, Battle Beast, the Battle Beast you'll be facing has the exact same kit as the normal Battle Beast, which means that if you send him against if you send a Viltrumite against Battle Beast, he is going to get a metric ton of life leech. Especially considering that his attacks will hit you for an insane amount of damage, it will basically put him back at full health. So you're really going to want to shy away from Viltrumites, with the exception of Invincible. Invincible actually can work, because even though Battle Beast will send him down to basically nothing, his Inner Viltrumite ability does have a chance to save him sometimes, which will not only prevent him from dying, but allow him a solid few seconds to do some damage on the Battle Beast, and hopefully knock him out before the invincibility ends, and the Battle Beast finishes what he started. But, for me, Universa, no surprise there. Universa is my strongest character, and she works just fine here. Even though her tripping the Life Fantastic, unfortunately, is worthless here, she just straight up does enough damage to where it just works. You give her a lot of crits, her main ability is powered up, she will clear waves very easily until he starts really ramping up his stats. Another one to mention, though. Another one to mention is actually Seismic. Seismic is a bit of a sleeper hit on this bad boy. Well, maybe not sleeper. I mean, he's an amazing character. We all know this. But specifically because of this, Shockwave. When Doc Seismic is within melee range of a grounded enemy, he triggers a Shockwave, dealing AoE damage for a percentage of his attack, pushing the enemy and stunning them. He then disappears from the battlefield and lands again. Or lands somewhere and attacks again. Especially if you have this leveled up all the way to where you get that 10-second cooldown, this can actually save you, because not only does it mean you're jumping away from Battle Beast before he can annihilate you, but it comes with a stun. You can get the stun on Battle Beast, shut him down for a little bit, and give Doc Seismic a chance to wipe him out before Battle Beast can recover. And then especially if you get this all the way up to level 10, a cooldown of 10 seconds is pretty quick, actually. That is not half bad. So Doc Seismic is another really good one. But here's the interesting thing here. Artifacts can matter a lot here, because you can only use one character. So you've got to make it count. You've really got to make it count. And there's two artifacts that are really showing up as the front runners of this event. One is the Flaxan Staff. With this particular ability, if an enemy deals more than a percentage of a hero's max HP, I believe it's 6% at level 1, as damage in a single hit, which, spoiler alert, Battle Beast will do that a lot. A whole lot. You're gonna get hurt. They will deal the same damage back, pushing the enemy back and stunning them for a couple seconds. 2 seconds at level 29 here, although I do think it's a little bit lower at earlier levels. Literally, this is just a mini version of Doc Seismic's ability, except you do also take the damage. But this can not only stun the Battle Beast, which on its own is already amazing, but can even wipe him out on a good day, because to be fair, Battle Beast does a ton of damage, and this will deal the same damage back to him, which means he's kind of eating his own medicine on this. So, actually, this can even clear waves for you every now and then. I know I used this particular artifact on my Universa. We did it on stream, and I'm not gonna lie, it worked. It worked really freaking good. Now, another one that I've been seeing people get a lot of use out of is the Martian Spear. Nice and simple. Every several seconds, damages a random enemy at melee range for 70% of the hero's attack. The idea here is that, especially if you put it on a high attack character like Universa, the idea here is that Battle Beast will run up to you, full sprint, and when he gets close enough, this Martian Spear will trigger and deal a nice chunky amount of damage, especially if it leveled up, and that way maybe you have a chance of killing Battle Beast before he mows you down. The other nice thing about the Martian Spear is it is a little more regularly accessible in the Multiverse shop. It is here in the Arena shop here, so you can get Martian Spear. Flaxan Staff, much to my sadness, is much more rare. It's great, I think it's better, but it is also dramatically more rare, and if you don't have it now, you're not likely to get it before the end of the event. So go for the Martian Spear if you do not have the Flaxan Staff. Now, do not go for the stun device, because you might be thinking, oh, well, if I use a Viltrumite, he gets healing from his life leech, and this will stun him. No, it will not. No, it will not. This says when an enemy receives healing. Life leech, lifesteal, whatever you want to call it, does not count as received healing. Stun device does not register that, and it never will. So Battle Beast will just, pulverize you. And while he's at it, he's going to get some health for free from your Viltrumite. So, yeah. I also think Cloaking Device is a contender. But again, like I said, you've only got one character to use. And you got to make that bad boy count with as much damage as humanly possible. That's why the Staff and the Martian Spear are so popular right now. But again, too, it's also a matter of what you have available. If you don't have either of those, then just use whatever you've got. That's best. Cloaking Device can totally work just fine. Even the Anti-Aging Bracelet. I mean, hey, if you can use your ability more often, especially for Universa, that ain't half bad. The Obedience Collar, another honorable mention there, because, the Confusion State is effectively just a stun, only, it makes the opponent attack one of their allies. This Battle Beast has no allies, so it really is just a stun by another name, but hey, a stun by another name is just as sweet, am I right? I mean, seriously. This can absolutely work. Nice thing is, too, a lot of those are in the Multiverse shop, so Anti-Aging Bracelet, the Martian Spear, the Obedience Collar, those three are all chilling in this shop. I would recommend it. I'm going to be totally honest there. I would personally recommend it. I actually think I'm having a brainwave here. I think the Flaxan Staff is technically... Okay, yeah, so technically the Flaxan Staff is available in the restricted arena, but more technically, good freaking luck. Well, we're going to just leave that as the rare one. Whereas everything in the Multiverse arena right now, that's going to be your best options. Probably prioritize the Martian Spear if you can. But if you have the Obedience Collar or the Anti-Aging Bracelet, that can work as well. But that is just kind of the tips for this event. I like this event because it's a fun little boss rush, and you don't have to spend gems. You can spend gems on tickets if you want, and the value, objectively speaking, is not bad. But let's be real here. There's so many other things you spend your gems on, so just pass. Unless you really want dossiers and you really want characters, in which case it is a good value. But me personally, I'm going to be passing because why bother? I mean, quite frankly, it's some easy freebies, some free characters, some free dossiers, and that's not a bad thing. But yeah, let me know what you think of this event down in the comments below, and we shall see you next time. Have a good one.